Hey guys, it's your girl OG Teddy B and I'm back with another video. I'm going to be reviewing a palette today. So I got my hands on the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette and the shade I have is Topaz. These palettes are gorgeous. I just want to put that out. Oh, they have a mirror! Perfect! Okay, so the palette looks like this. Off the bat, I can see that it comes with 5 matte shades and 4 shades that I believe are more shimmer shades, which is always amazing. I personally like palettes that have a good balance between mattes and shimmers. I more so prefer to have the options of matte and then shimmers on my lid. So I think this palette is very, very beautiful. It really gives me a fall vibe. I love that it has the mirror in the compact, which a lot of palettes don't have nowadays, which is great because it makes a huge difference and it makes it that much more convenient. Like you can literally just carry your little palette around, you know, with your little brushes and your little eyeshadow base, and you can just be like, She did release 5 of these, so I believe there's this one, the ruby one, there's also a blue one, a green one, and one that has purple tones in it. I picked up 2 so far, so I have this one and I do also have the blue one, but I'm not going to show you in this video because that's a tutorial for another time. And I actually want to get my hands on the green one, and I think I want to get my hands on the purple one as well. I think the price point is actually very good. It's 35 Canadian dollars, which is friggin' amazing. It looks really nice. It looks like it's really pigmented and I'm just so excited that I got my hands on this. She also has bigger palettes, but I don't know, I wasn't really feeling the $85 price mark if I'm being completely honest. Like I'm not about to spend $100 on, you know, an eyeshadow palette right now. At least I just didn't feel like I absolutely had to do that, considering that she had these little ones and there are so many of them and they're so cute and only $35. Overall, I think this is a really nice palette. Again, this is definitely kind of more of a neutral palette, but it still has its pops of colors. And again, I like that it has a great balance of matte shadows and shimmer shadows together in the palette. And the fact that it has a mirror is just a friggin' bonus because you can literally do everything in one palette. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and get this face together. So I'm gonna start with my eyebrows and then I'll be right back. And for my eyebrows today, I'm using my VELUXE Velvet Stone brow liner from MAC. VELUXE brow liner from MAC in the shade Velvet Stone. I would say it has like a powdered finish, which allows it to stay on a little longer, and I really love that about these. Also, they're really convenient. They have the spoolie on the end and the product on the one side, and they're very rich, so it doesn't take much of this before you get your brows snatched. When I do my brows or fill them in, I just kind of sloppy it, I guess. I'll admit I just do it a little sloppy-ish because I'm going to use a concealer anyways to clean it up. So I'm actually going to take the Studio Fix concealer in the shade NC45 and clean it up. Usually I use my NARS concealer to do this process, but I'm going to, oh my god. But let's try out the Studio Fix concealer today and see how this looks. The method that I'm doing now is pretty new. I never did this before where I apply the concealer under the brow and then take the brush and clean it up, but I've been doing it recently. I think I saw it from a YouTuber and now that's the way I do it. And once I'm done carving out the shape, I'm going to take that concealer and drag it downwards. So I'm going to just drag it downwards and basically just kind of conceal the entire top of my eyelid. And I'll probably just end up using this as my eyeshadow base anyways. Now I'm done concealing my eyebrows, so I'm actually going to take this SASCHA Cosmetics powder and I'm going to set my eyelid area. And once I'm done doing all of this, we're going to get into the fun part. Eyeshadow. Generally for me, when I'm filming eyeshadow looks, I like to do eyeshadow looks that are a little more dramatic or just a little more extra. But I have had a few people requesting that I do eyeshadow looks that are a little more neutral. So I'm going to try to do something neutral with this palette. I'm extra when it comes to my eyeshadow, so this might turn out a little bit extra. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's still neutral enough. I'm probably going to just use 2 shades in this palette to start off this look. Let's start to play. So it's this orangey tone here. And I'm going to take that with a fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to start applying that in my crease and just really diffuse it out. So right off the bat, I can tell the palette is actually very pigmented because I just pressed my brush in this a few times and look at the payoff that I'm already getting. It doesn't seem like it has any fallout. It's just really sticking to my eyelid, which is amazing. So that means that I could have actually applied my foundation first before doing my eyes. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It is just the first shadow, so you know, but that so far from what I've noticed, that's one thing I wanted to mention. This was supposed to be a neutral look, and now this is starting to look like not a neutral look. I don't know, I just feel like this shadow is so bright. You know what, I guess I didn't really expect for the orange to pick up orange so bright on me. I don't know, but I really like these shadows in this palette, and I don't know if this is gonna be a neutral look anymore. You know what, I said I'm gonna do a neutral look, so I'm gonna try to tone this down so it ends up looking neutral in the end-ish. The next shadow I'm gonna apply, I'm just playing around here, is gonna be this one in the center here. So I'm gonna apply this one to my lid in an effort to make it more neutral. And I'm gonna try to just use 2 shadows like I said initially. You know what? This tone is very muted, but it still shows up pretty well on my skin. I find shades like this tend to not be the most complimenting for my skin, but I really like how this looks. And I think it's gonna add that neutral look that I wanted to go for-ish. So in an effort to stick to my word and stay neutral, this is the eye look that I have going on. I'm gonna pop on some eyeliner, and I'm gonna use my NYX Epic Ink eyeliner. I freaking love this eyeliner so much. I'm gonna apply this, and then I'm gonna apply some lashes, and I will be right back, okay? So now that I'm done with my eyes, I'm gonna apply my primer. My skin is feeling really dry, and I think it's because of the season that it is, honestly. So what I'm actually gonna do is apply my primer. I'm gonna use my Studio Fix setting spray and actually use this as a primer. I love using this as a primer, and once this is dried down, I'm gonna take my NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade in the shade MACAO and apply that to my face afterwards. Now that I've applied my foundation, I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and I'm trying out the new Too Faced Sculpt Concealer in the shade Butterscotch. I have a sample of it because I wanted to try it out before I spend the money on it. And normally I mix it, but I'm not going to. Ooh, that is a lot of concealer, girl. Trying to conceal your lies. So I wanted to try it out before I spent my money on it because this shit ain't cheap. And normally I mix it, but I'm not going to mix it today. Now that I'm done applying my concealer, I'm going to go ahead and apply some more of that SASCHA Cosmetics powder. And I'm going to apply this concealer in the areas, this powder, in the areas that I have concealed. So that is under my eyes, along the bridge of my nose, the center of my forehead, and my chinny chin chin. Now I'm going to do a lighter contour. So we're going to take that definitive shade at the top. Now I can't tell you the last time I've done a liquid contour, and it's for no other reason besides the fact that I just can't be bothered. And I do feel like my features are already strong enough, and I don't really need to do all of that. I can kind of look drag really quick, so it's not the look we're going for, you know? Okay, that looks great. I'm actually gonna take this eyeliner and apply this in my waterline. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm gonna go into the palette. I'm gonna just use that orange color I used at the side under the bottom. I'm actually gonna add this dark brown shade at the top here, right under my waterline. That will add a little more depth, because right now my eyes look almost kind of like doll-like, which is not a problem, but that's not the look I'm going for. Okay, now that I'm done this, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my blush, and I think I'm gonna apply my blush. I have this blush, and I think it is called Film Noir, but I want one that's a little darker. No, it's called Blunt. So now I'm gonna apply my blush Blunt. It is time for the lips. My eyes look like they're missing something, so I think I'm going to maybe take a shade from the palette and add it in my inner corner. I just feel like my eyes look really blank. I'm gonna take this shimmer color here and just kind of pop that in the inner corner of my eye. That's perfect. That's what we're missing. So I'm gonna line my lips first with my chestnut liner. And then I'm gonna apply taupe. I think this is done. Now I don't know if I should add a gloss to my lips. I was thinking if I add a gloss it would be the Fenty gloss, but Wish I didn't add the gloss. I'm not to just use it. It's fine. It's not horrible. It's just, I kind of like the matte look. Oh, I almost forgot highlighter. How could I have done that? I'm just gonna add a bit of Glow With It by MAC Cosmetics. Guys, this highlighter is shattered. I can't even show it to you because it will just drop out on my table.